Good evening and welcome to Duck TV News. I'm Chase Thompson.
And I'm Avita Garza. Here are tonight's stories. Attention pet owners. A recent national recall of popular dog food brands, including Gravy Train, Kibble and Bits, and Skippy Wet Dog Foods, is forcing retailers to remove products from their shelves. The recall of these brands came from after an investigation that uncovered low levels of pentobarbital in their products, a sedative drug that is commonly used to euthanize animals. Although the low levels pose no harm, the owner J.M. Smuckler Company says its presence is unacceptable.
Bringing it back to campus, the professional service company KPMG came to campus to teach students about taxes and auditing. Reporter Savannah Sear has more.
It's a lucky day for the students here at University of Oregon. KPMG is inside the Lillis Business Complex to help students think about what the future holds for them. KPMG will come to college campuses to recruit and connect with future employees. 2014 University of Oregon graduate Hunor Somoji is now the primary recruiter for KPMG in Portland.
Starting, work as a professional at KPMG, I spent 3 years in our audit practice, and I absolutely loved it. Coming back and being able to share what it is that KPMG is all about, and what we do and why we think that work is important is so fun, and it really revitalizes and reaffirms why we're here every day at KPMG doing what we do.
KPMG's goal is to be the best professional service firm, not the biggest. This value inspired first-year associate Isaac Mansuetti to join.
I just felt like this is the one that was going to challenge me in the best way, I think. So a lot of positive challenges with people that are there to help you be successful.
KPMG empowers individuality and encourages students to live confidently in themselves after graduation.
With any large company, you can kind of feel like, maybe you're lost in that really big sea almost, but here, you make those personal connections right away, and it's a lot different. It definitely feels like you're starting with a class of 25, 30 people maybe in the Portland office, and those people are your peers. You can ask them questions.
Reporting for Duck TV News, Savannah Sear.
If you are interested in connecting more with KPMG, visit the website kpmgcampus.com.
Your water may be contaminated. The opioid crisis in America has been growing at a shocking rate. Oregon health officials have been discovering traces of opioids in public water. People who do not use the drugs are disposing of them properly, and when flushed down the toilet, they end up in our drinking water.
One of the reasons that I personally became very concerned about opiates was I never thought in my practice lifetime as a physician that the number of deaths from opiates would exceed the number of deaths from car accidents. And that's a scary thought.
Opioids are defined as a drug that acts on the nervous system to relieve pain. They come not only in tablets, but also in capsules or liquid. As shown in this graph, the number of deaths from opioids has increased substantially in the past decade. Health officials are currently looking for ways to combat this issue.
The Axeman, how should I say this, is being axed. South Eugene High School is changing the mascot of their athletic teams. The community expressed concern about the title excluding those who identify as female. The decision to change the name was influenced by a district survey, according to the high school's principal, Andy Day. 75% of the respondents approved of the name change. The Axe will represent the South Eugene High School for years to come. And now we toss it to Cosme and Isaac for an update on winter sports.
Hello and welcome to Duck TV Sports, the real reason you all showed up. I'm Isaac Cruz.
And I'm Cosme Velasquez. We have lots of sports to dive into, so let's go ahead and get started.
It's a tale of two seasons for the basketball programs on campus. On the brighter note, the Oregon women's basketball team won their regular season Pac-12 championship, giving them the #1 seed in the upcoming Pac-12 tournament. They clinched the regular season title after a homestand, beating USC and UCLA in double overtime and overtime respectively, and dominating an Arizona trip, beating ASU and Arizona by 13 points each game. Men's basketball has been disappointing this year, but can end with a season-strong, successful trip to Washington when they play the Washington schools on March 1st and 3rd. The Ducks were able to upset 14th-ranked Arizona at home on Saturday in a 98-93 overtime win. Arizona freshman center DeAndre Ayton heard it from the Oregon crowd, who heckled Ayton about the report of Arizona coach Sean Miller discussing a payment of $100,000 for Ayton to play at Arizona. Arizona did not have Miller coach in the game.
Student athletes at the University of Oregon are seen as role models both on campus and across the Eugene community. Along with participating in Division I athletics, many athletes also take part in an organization called O Heroes. Run by the Oregon Athletic Department, O Hero gives the athletes the chance to volunteer and give back to those in need. Even the Eugene community is getting a lot from Heroes, so are its participants. Austin Tharp, a thrower for Oregon's track and field team, talks about what he has gotten out of the program and his experience with O Heroes.
This program has helped me as an athlete to become more whole and kind of just realize that there's more than just athletics out there. That it showed me that you can give back and use the platform that you have to show people the kind of things that are going on outside of our athletic careers.
O Heroes have currently completed over 1,000 hours worth of community service since July of 2017 and are serving to expand and work with more organizations. For more information, check out the O Heroes on GoDucks.com.
The Oregon softball team looks ahead to the Unconquered Invitational in Tallahassee, Florida for a short 3-day tournament on March 2nd through 4th. They will see Jane Sanders Stadium for the first time when they host the Oregon Invitational March 8th through the 11th, hosting Toledo, Weber State, Montana, and Bryant University. The Ducks wrapped up their trip at the star-studded Mary Nutter Classic in Cathedral City, California, where they ended 3-2, beating 18th-ranked Oklahoma State, 7th-ranked LSU, and San Jose State. The two games they dropped were to 6th-ranked Texas A&M and 11th-ranked Tennessee.
College athletes are usually marginalized to one sport they play. However, they aren't always just that. Marin Emmerich has the story on how Julia Eschet breaks that mold.
Sophomore Julia Eschet is known for her athleticism on the tennis courts, but what people don't know about is her passion for music. Eschet has been playing tennis since age 5 and training competitively since she was 12. She was so dedicated to the sport that she decided to forego a regular high school experience by taking strictly online courses. Eschet was projected to go pro, but suffered an ACL injury when she was 17. The University of Oregon recruited her anyway. During her recovery, she turned her energy towards singing and songwriting.
And then when I tore my ACL, I had so many songs, and I was like, I kind of want to see what I can do with these songs. And I got really lucky and met my producer, who's in the Latin industry, Latin Grammy nominee. And we started working together, we clicked, and I fell in love with the process, the people.
Eschet is now fully recovered and back on the courts, but hasn't given up on her love for music.
In general, my main goal is to inspire through creativity. And the reason I like sports and music is because they're both a form of expression that you can inspire people.
Eschet has produced music that can be found on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube under Julia Dale. She plans to release 4 new songs this summer while continuing her tennis training for the upcoming season.
Thanks, Marin. We look forward to seeing Julia excel on the tennis court as well as producing her own music.
The Oregon men's club rugby team dominated against Western Oregon University with a score of 47-5 on Saturday, February 24th at Riverfront Field. This was the first annual family weekend for the rugby team. The team's chemistry was apparent throughout the game. Player Johnny Rosenblad said he was pleased with the effort his team gave.
I think we did really well. We all worked together, and we kept the work rate high the whole game and really just, shoved it down their throats every opportunity that we could and tackled them whenever we could.
The crowd showed their support, cheering the team on after every try. Jonah Moy explains how his transition from playing football to club rugby team.
Since I'm done with football, I'm back in rugby, and I love it a lot more than football. It just feels good to play rugby again.
The Ducks are heading on a road trip to sunny California to face off against the UCLA Bruins on March 3rd. That's all we have for you this week.
Be sure and follow us on Twitter and Instagram and give us a like on Facebook. Back to Evita and Chase on the desk.
Thanks, Cosme and Isaac. Have you ever thought of the significance of hair in today's society? The UO students and faculty held an exhibit last Friday on the impact of hair. Morgan Sudeth has more.
I'm here at the Jordan Sitter Museum at the opening of the Don't Touch My Hair exhibit. This exhibit is supposed to show the importance of hair and the role it plays in identity and expression and community.
Many people of all genders and cultures have gathered to witness the various forms of art put on by UO graduate Meredith Lancaster. For Lancaster, she explains her values and why hair has always been the common denominator in bringing people together.
My values are always making sure that there's inclusion and that people are being heard and that there's empathy and humanity. And so I think when you have a show like this where people are able to kind of focus on one thing that we all have a story about, it brings us all together and makes us all the same.
Most of the photography featured at the exhibit were of students by student photographers. Ugo Akabike, a UO student photographer, shares his opinion on the social aspects of hair.
Very important to know that you may need to ask before you touch someone's hair. You may not need to ask why one day their hair is straight and one day their hair is curly. If you're interested, for sure, please ask, but don't touch without permission.
Overall, the opening day of the Don't Touch My Hair exhibit was a huge turnout and will be on display until May 13th. Reporting for Duck TV News, I'm Morgan Setta.
Thanks, Morgan. The exhibit is a UO event in honor of Black History Month and is free for all students to attend.
The University of Oregon's School of Music and Dance donated a gift to North Eugene High School. The school's chorale program has recently made big improvements, but the choir still lacked a quality piano. Mike Redder, the UO Music School's piano technician, found 2 baby grand pianos that could be fixed up and donated. He says the pianos are now in tip-top shape, perfect for North Eugene High School. Both pianos, one in the auditorium and another in the choir room, are now helping North Eugene High School's choir be sharp.
On another musical note, last Thursday, The Sound of Music filled the EMU ballroom. Booking agent and manager from Freedom Thought Collective, Sky Gugasco, spoke about the importance of following your passion just as he did throughout his career in music.
To making it your passion. That becomes the thing that you're going to do all the time. You eat, sleep, drink what you want to do, whether it's music or not.
This event was put on by the Willamette Valley Music Festival in collaboration with the Music Industry Collective. The mic was created as a way to bring students together through their love of music. The mic hosts events, workshops, and networking opportunities throughout the year for all students to attend. In addition to an open discussion with Gugasco, students were able to connect through the interactive art piece and enjoy free food. The Music Industry Collective will be hosting a workshop on professional development on March 1st at 6 p.m.
The movie that put Eugene on the map turned 40 years old this week. Animal House was released in 1978. Some of the buildings from the film are still used by UO and NCU today. Many people in the Eugene and surrounding communities are planning to put on events to celebrate the 40th birthday, including a toga party. Next time you're on campus, take a look at the infamous Johnson Hall and see if you can recognize which scene it's from. That's all for this week's episode. Thanks for tuning in.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Duck TV News. Have a great night, Eugene.